everybody, it's Carla. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to be doing some botanical plaster casting. Super excited about this because it is cheap, easy, fast, and fun. So right now I'm showing you the original Sculpey that I used, and it's an oven-baked clay, but we're not going to bake this at all. As a matter of fact, we're going to reuse it over and over again for multiple castings. And so it comes in this big chunky piece, and the reason I like the original Sculpey, super easy to make soft. A lot of the polymer clays that we use for working in polymer clay can be very difficult to make soft. But this is like, you saw how soft I just pushed it a little bit, and already it's pretty much ready to go. So you can also use, for this part, you can use the clay for like a regular kiln, but you don't have to bake it. You can use it again and again too. You could try Play-Doh, I haven't, or maybe air-dried clay. To roll it out, you can use a kitchen rolling pin. I tried using that brayer, but I didn't like it. I thought the might fall apart. So I have this candle jar, and this is actually my favorite thing to use. It's heavy and sits on my desk anyway. So I'm just showing you here, excuse me, how you can roll this out, and you can use any bottle. So I went out and I foraged in my front yard. Be careful for the ones with stickers. And I got all this stuff just right by my front door. And I'm just going to place them onto the polymer clay, the Sculpey original. And then I'm going to use this jar to just flatten them down in there. Now I did not start out at the bottom of this because I'm not going to use the whole thing. You know, it's going to be cut out from the center of this, not cut out. You'll see. Hang in there. This is like so much fun to do. And I was so surprised how well this turned out, because this is the first time that I've tried like doing this with botanicals, and it just was so much fun to make. And the result, wait till you, well, if you saw my thumbnail, you probably saw that it comes out amazing. And it's easy, easy peasy. I swear to you, easy. And so inexpensive. Oh my gosh. The only thing you have to do is buy the plaster or any of the powder forms that the resin companies sell. You know, the more the powder form of resin, which is, you know, usually non-toxic. It's an eco-friendly. So yeah, I just pushed in those berries and they kind of squished, but you know what, I don't care. So now I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna, you know, put for the rest. And I tried this one, and then I realized that I probably should have put, like if I was going to use it, I probably should have put it before the berries or some before the berries. I don't know. This didn't really work out that good, but I didn't take that out. So just going to play around now. This is the fun part, because what you're going to do is, you know, it's going to be upside down when you finally pour the plaster in there. You know, you're going to put all these plants in, and then you're going to take them out, and you're going to be really careful. And when you get them out of there, I'll show you what I do. I make a little dam to hold the plaster, and pour it in, and wah-ha-ha-ha-la. It came out. I love it. I just love it so much. So yeah. Oh, this leaf I really like. It's from the mulberry tree outside, which gets my car covered in red mulberries, but also you can eat them when they're really ripe, and they're really delicious. But it's really a messy tree. It's still losing leaves, and we are in January, but I love it. So now I decide to go into my findings for jewelry, and you can't see this very well. I can't even see it very well. I'm going to make the screen bigger for my side because I'm doing a voiceover. Yeah, it's little dragonfly pieces. They're just partial pieces, and I'm just sticking those in there. I had all kinds of things. I had fish and turtles and stars, but I thought that would be kind of cute. And so, yeah, I'm just pushing in the ones that didn't stay. And I think earlier you saw me clip off some of the one that I put in that just didn't want to lay down. Okay, now here, you want to be careful. You don't want to mess up your inlays. I already took off the big leaf. And now I'm taking off the next big one. Ideally, you would want to go backwards. Like the last thing you put on would be the first thing you take off. So like those berries I should have taken off before this. But I'm going to sneeze, oh golly. Oh, now that I say that, I don't. But the berries were not actually connected to anything, so it's fine. And I am trying, those are gushy. I don't know if you know what those are. They come on these trees that look kind of like bamboo, and I wouldn't eat them. Oh, and by the way, make sure you know where you are and what you're pulling out of the ground or playing with. Try not to go for poison ivy or what's that stuff that grows along the freeways in California that'll kill you if you even just get it in your mouth? Yeah, we got some growing here. I can't even think of what it's called. It's extremely poisonous. Yeah, so just be careful, you know. Like, I don't even know what these berries are made of, but I think when I was a kid, I used to pop them. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Some reason I used to catch bees and hold them in my hands, you know, just because I was bored. We didn't have phones or internet. We had to entertain ourselves. Way back when the wagon trails were coming through. You didn't know I was that old, did you? Me neither. I'm still 5. I feel like I'm 5 most of the time. I don't know how I raised 2 kids. Or maybe they raised me. I don't know. I raised really good kids, though. Oof. Really good kids. Probably in one of my next videos, I'm going to do a memorial. My mother passed away the day after Christmas. So that's probably one reason why I'm doing this with a voiceover. You know, so that it would be easier for me to edit and everything. And then, I don't know. Anyway, we'll talk about all that later. But that's where I've been. You know, just, she took a little while to pass. And then the day after Christmas, she passed away. 89 years old. If I would be so lucky to live that long. So that's a piece of sorry, you guys. That's a piece of watercolor paper that I just cut off the end, and I wanted to see if I could make a circle with it. And it fit well. So it's just regular watercolor paper. And you could use cardstock, you could use anything that's heavy. And I'm putting in this, what's this called? Duct tape. I'm putting it in on the inside where it's going to go down into the clay so that the clay doesn't stick to the paper and I have to deal with getting paper off of the plaster. I don't want to do that. And I'm actually going to put the duct tape not only on the inside but on the outside. First, I'm just making the cylinder the size I want. I'll try not to go off script here because I'll start talking about my mom or start talking about, you know, Christmas and tamales and all that good stuff. So, yeah, now I'm realizing that I don't really want to have to try to press this in with paper on the one side because it's gonna resist going into the clay. So I decided to put another piece on the bottom. And you know, there's so many things you can do for this. You can cut the bottoms out of food trays or any kind of plastic containers, and you can shove those into the clay. You could probably even, which is the next one I'm going to do, is I'm going to actually put the clay into the bottom of the container and then proceed like this, because right now it's just sitting on a piece of parchment paper, and I'm just pushing it down in there, and it doesn't feel like it's going in enough because I'm going to be pouring the plaster in. So I just loosen it up a little bit to kind of help push down the sides. I'm also going to dam it up a little bit, which I'm just going to take some of the pieces on the sides, like right there, just pushing it up to kind of make sure that the plaster does not come down. Now, if you guys live by a Hobby Lobby, or I don't know, can get free shipping from a Hobby Lobby, you can get that perfect cast for $7.99. And that is a really good deal. You could make a lot of these. Now this one's going to be about the size of a coaster, a regular size coaster for regular size people, not the jumbo size, extra large. So now I'm going to mix up my perfect cast, and this is a 3-to-1. We put 1 part of water in the cup, and then we add 3 parts of powder. So I'm going to be doing 2 parts of water into the cup, and then I'm going to be doing 6 parts of powder. I love using my little honey bear for water on my table. When I paint, I use that for my water paint, like if I need more water. It's so cute. So if you have any little honey bear containers, they make really cute water containers for your craft table. So here I go, just, more or less, not particularly exact, not exact at all. And I'm making a mess. But it's easy. It's so much fun. We're almost done here, as a matter of fact. This is how easy it is. And I've made this on double time. So with all my talking and everything, this is 17 minutes. So you could make this craft. It takes about an hour to dry, because I made sure it got really dry. I did not want it crumbling or any trouble. So I think I waited an hour. These are the paints that come with a lot of the eco resins from the different resin companies, in case you don't know what they are. You also can use cement colors for plaster. Now on this I put in the yellow, and it's very, very bright. And so I'm adding a little bit of blue, which what it will do is kind of cut down the color, kind of dull it a little bit, and it's acrylic paint that I'm using. Now it doesn't mix in, like you can see, if usually I mix that much blue in with yellow, it would go green, like green as my eyes. But for this, it only, let's see here. So I'm going to pour it in really slowly too, even though it's very liquid, so it's pretty good about that. But I'm just going to pour it in slowly to go into all the cracks. And all you can see is that blue tinted it a little bit, and it kind of, it's raining really hard outside, and somebody's car just went off. So it's dry now. I've waited, and now I'm pulling it off the bottom, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited because look how cute. It's coming out like so darn cute. Oh, I can't wait to make another one. Like trees. I'm going to try to make it with trees with sticks and then leaves and stuff. Now I'm not going to lie to you here. I had a considerable amount of trouble brushing out the clay. Would I put in a little, not baking, cornstarch maybe the next time? I don't know. Because I don't know how hard that would be to get out, or if it would do something. So it did take me a while. I just gave up on trying to clean it right now. I thought if I can get it out, then I can work on it better. So I was going to try to save this paper and tape to use it again. Okay, but I finally went, well, no, I don't think, I don't know how wise that is. The paper's recyclable. The tape is trashable. You know. So I'm looking at this and I'm like so happy. Now you can see this polymer clay, you can just use it again and again and again. And in the end here, I'll put it in a bag and I'll show you. You just squish it down in there. This clay will not harden unless you bake it. So I spent time first trying it with a little pokey stick, then with a sharp stick. You could use a needle. Then I decided, okay, let's get that, I think the toothbrush. I got a toothbrush out and I sprayed it with water. Oh yeah, I hit it with a toothbrush. Not really coming out. So I'm going to spray it with water, and then I'm going to spray it with alcohol, and then I'm going to get a little sharp stick thing and clear it out. So that took a while, but you know what? Didn't take forever. It took about 5 minutes maybe, because I wanted to just be sure. I cut ahead because I just wanted to be sure that I got as much of it out as I could before I put the paint on. And that's where plus the edges are a little sharp, so I'm sanding down those edges. Now I have to apologize because we're going to go from looking at this to looking at the painted one, because when I put it on record to do the painting part, I didn't hit record. I don't know what I hit, but I did not hit record. It might have already been recorded and I turned it off. I don't know. Because right in a second here, it's going to come back on and go, ta-da, the finished item. So what I'm going to do is tell you what I used to cover it up. And so let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, you can also use cookie cutters to make the molds. You can just do about anything that you can get it done. And I did this, like I said, 2 times speed. So what I did was I took some of the Wonder and Weiss acrylic paint, which is actually a really darn good acrylic paint. And I took raw umber and I painted the whole thing. And then I wiped off as much as I could. And you can see the raw umber down in the bottom. And then I took bronze. I'm showing you backwards here because I realized at this point I messed up. Then I took bronze and touched up. Now, everybody, I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you try making it. I'm going to do another video on it because this was fun. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. So enjoy. Be good to yourself. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video, and I love you very much. I am so grateful for all of my followers and subscribers and how kind you all are. Oh my God, I love you, love you, love you. So I love you. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you later.